Hey everyone, with Halloween coming up, we're bringing you more horror and thrills than ever. Today, we've got a list packed with some of the most extreme horror films out there, not for the faint-hearted. I've compiled this list based on some of your most popular choices. Don't forget to comment and let us know your favorite. If you're looking for a theater experience, don't miss Terrifier 3, hitting screens this October, and Smile 2, packed with jump scares, coming on October 18th. Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss all the chilling content we've got coming your way this month. Inside. Let's talk about the 2007 film Inside. It's fast-paced, brutal, bloody, and gory as hell. This horrifying masterpiece of French cinema stands out as a pure gore fest, setting itself apart in the genre. Directed by Alexandre Bustillo and Julien Maury, Inside gives us a tense, brutal, and graphic portrayal of a mother's worst nightmare. The story centers on Sarah, a pregnant woman who's grieving the loss of her husband. Her life takes an even darker turn when a mysterious woman, played by Beatrice Dalla, breaks into her home with one horrifying goal. She wants Sarah's unborn baby. The film is packed with relentless gore, intense tension, and a claustrophobic atmosphere that grips you from start to finish. But what sets it apart is how it elevates beyond just being a gory shock fest. Day of the Dead.
That's it. Run, you fucking lunatics!
Day of the Dead is a zombie classic you absolutely need to see. Directed by the legendary George A. Romero. Initially a flop nearly 20 years ago, its reputation has grown over the years, and it's now considered a must-watch in the genre. This film wraps up Romero's original trilogy, which includes Night of the Living Dead and Dawn of the Dead. Day of the Dead features some of the most memorable gore moments in the series, along with a legendary jump scare right at the beginning. Set in a world completely overrun by zombies, the story follows a small group of scientists, civilians, and military personnel trapped in an underground bunker. They're conducting experiments on the undead, which leads to some deep philosophical discussions about what it means to be human in a zombie apocalypse. If you're a fan of Romero's work or just love zombie films in general, Day of the Dead is definitely worth your time. Even after more than 40 years, it still looks incredible and terrifying thanks to practical effects and makeup that far surpass today's CGI. Terrifier 1 and 2.
Please arrive.
Next on our list is Terrifier 1 and Terrifier 2, released in 2016 and 2022. The gore in both films is jaw-dropping, and the kills are refreshingly creative. The Terrifier movies follow a sadistic and creepy clown named Art, who wreaks havoc on two young women on Halloween night. In the sequel, after miraculously surviving the first film, Art is back at it again, targeting a new group of victims. These movies dive deep into shocking violence and horror, and Art has quickly become a cult favorite horror villain, thanks to his eerie silence and menacing vibe. If you're looking for pure brutality, you're in for a treat with these films. And if you're a big fan, don't miss the third installment, Terrifier 3, hitting screens on October 11th. Evil Dead 2.
Groovy.
Hello, lover.
Number 8. Sam Raimi's 1987 classic Evil Dead 2 is a wild ride, blending horror and comedy with over-the-top gore and unforgettable brutal scenes. The movie follows Ash, played by Bruce Campbell, as he gets stuck in a haunted cabin, once again facing off against demonic forces. This sequel cranks up the blood and guts, with body parts flying, gallons of blood, and terrifying monsters. Heads roll, limbs get chopped, and Ash is constantly tormented by demons. And it doesn't stop there. He even has to fight his own possessed hand, which leads to one of the movie's most iconic, gory moments. Sure, Sure, the plot may not always make sense, but honestly, who cares? It's all about the non-stop gore and inventive brutality, which makes Evil Dead 2 a cult favorite for fans who crave outrageous horror and plenty of blood. Hostel. Directed by Eli Roth, known for films like The Green Inferno and Thanksgiving, Hostel follows three young guys traveling through Europe. They're on the hunt for fun, partying, and adventure. But things take a dark turn when they check into a hostel that seems perfect at first. One by one, they start disappearing, and what's uncovered is a horrifying world where rich people pay to torture and kill tourists.
Pero si usted quiere una chica americana.
Hostel mixes intense gore with suspense, keeping you on edge. Some of the violence happens off-screen, striking a balance between shocking horror and psychological tension. The sadness. Number 5. The Sadness is an intense Taiwanese horror film that goes all out on gore and violence. The story unfolds in a world ravaged by a viral infection, transforming people into sadistic beings. Unlike traditional zombies, these characters retain their intelligence, with their violent urges heightened, making them even more menacing. While not quite as polished as South Korean hits like Train to Busan or I Saw the Devil, The Sadness still packs a punch, with its bloody violence and disturbing scenes. It has a raw, gritty feel, reminiscent of American horror films from the 70s. I believe this film will satisfy body horror fans, delivering a truly disturbing and graphic experience. Tokyo Gore Police. Next up, we have a Japanese film that really pushes the boundaries of gore and body horror. Set in a dystopian Tokyo, it follows Ruka, a police officer on the hunt for engineers, mutants who transform their injuries into deadly weapons. This film is packed with extreme violence and dark humor, drawing influences from directors like Tarantino and Verhoeven, along with the wild style of manga. This isn't your typical good movie. Its extreme gore and twisted humor make it a must-see for hardcore fans of outrageous horror. If you're looking for some crazy, blood-soaked fun, Tokyo Gore Police definitely delivers in every wild and insane way. Dead Alive, Brain Dead.
That's already dead. Trimark Pictures presents a modern masterpiece of horror.
Dead Alive is a true cult classic and is often considered one of the goriest films ever made. It's also one of the best zombie movies I've seen. While it's definitely packed with gore, the film mixes horror with comedy in a way that makes it both hilarious and fun to watch. Directed by Peter Jackson, the story follows Lionel, a shy bachelor living with his overbearing mother in New Zealand.
You can beg for mercy.
Help! Someone!
But nothing you can do will stop it.
Things take a wild turn when they visit the local zoo, and Lionel's mother gets bitten by a Sumatran rat monkey. She quickly transforms into a zombie, and soon, the infection spreads throughout the city. This movie is famous for its over-the-top gore, practical effects, and that unforgettable lawnmower scene. August Underground, Mortem. August Underground's Mortem is a deeply disturbing and twisted film that you might want to think twice about watching. Released in 2003, it follows three sadistic serial killers who capture their gruesome acts of torture, assault, and murder with a handheld camera. The found footage style gives it a raw, unsettling realism, making it feel as if you're witnessing real events unfold.
No, I don't want this one. I want him to cut his own dick off.
This film has gained notoriety for its graphic violence and disturbing imagery, pushing the boundaries of what audiences can handle. If you're looking for something that's truly shocking, this might be it, but be prepared, as it's not for the faint of heart. Martyrs. Martyrs is often hailed as a horror masterpiece, but it's not for the faint of heart. This French film follows a young woman on a mission to take revenge on those who abused her during childhood. Along the way, she teams up with another victim, and together they dive into a world of shocking violence and torment. What sets Martyrs apart from typical horror movies is its ability to mix brutal, graphic imagery with a thought-provoking and mysterious storyline. Fans of the genre appreciate Martyrs for its intense emotional impact and its layered plot, which keeps you guessing till the end. If you liked Inside, our earlier pick, you'll likely find Martyrs even more captivating, as it delves deeper into psychological terror while offering a richer narrative. If you enjoyed our picks of terrifying horror movies, be sure to give us a thumbs up. Want even more movie recommendations? Check out the video description for links to our other content. Don't forget to subscribe for more great videos.